Okay, here's yet another view of the tent here. But this video I'm going to focus on trying to show you guys what I did to attempt to keep the tent cold and make sure that the air conditioner could work optimally. So I guess we'll go around here. So one of the things that we did was go ahead and put curtains behind some of the bigger windows, like this one here. There's a curtain back there that's supposed to help block you know, UV, etc. So we did that, and what we did was we placed tarps, which is kind of coming apart right now, but we placed tarps underneath the rain fly. So in hindsight, I do now see a way that I could have done this much better to do a better job of keeping the air in, but it's neither here nor there at this point. But I think what I would do is, instead of putting the tarp over the poles here like this, where you can see the mesh right there, what I would do is I would try to get this tarp right on top of the mesh and use some sort of Velcro or something to attach it to the tent itself. So I would use double-sided Velcro, and again, just attach this tarp. Instead of it floating above the poles here, it would be directly on top of that mesh there and sealed. That would have done a way better job. But hey, you live and you learn, and you figure things out as you go, right? So yeah, because I can see a couple areas, like even over here, where the tarp is starting to come down a bit there. But anyway, again, here at the windows, we have curtains behind there. Not all the windows, but the biggest windows. So here we have our air conditioning unit. I'll try to explain what's going on. I know it looks a hot mess right now, but you know what? We had to do what we had to do. So it's propped up on a crate there. And what we did was we wrapped some tarp around this side here, and on the underside there's actually foam and more tarp, and I kind of duct taped it off and tried to provide a seal the best way that I could. Oh, also what I didn't mention was on the other side where the other AC port is, I also just put a little bit of plastic there and tried to seal that off a little bit better. I don't know if it helped or not, but hey, it was worth a try. So yeah. Again, if I were to do it again, I think what I would modify is I would actually get some pool noodles or something like that, and I would try to stuff it in there and form it a little bit better, and then put tarp over it, and then put maybe like a little bit of sealing tape or something like that. You can kind of see here as well where some of this has come loose and it's allowing a little bit of that cold air to escape. So as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is go ahead and have a bite to eat for lunch, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the time and try to seal that off a little bit better so that air is not escaping. We need all this cold air, so we really can't afford to let any of it escape. And this is a 10,000 BTU unit. I don't know if I would have gone larger or not. I mean, maybe. I think if it wasn't, you know, 110 degrees out here, this would be more than sufficient. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it's technically still sufficient now. I mean, you know, we're able to sleep comfortably. No one's burning up or anything like that, as long as we keep the compartments sealed off like we're supposed to. So every time we come in and out of a door, we make sure that we seal the compartments, and we're comfortable, you know. So I'm going to see if I can also do a better job of showing how we have this sealed off in the inside. this thing open here. Okay, so again, this section isn't, my son didn't close the microwave door.
I'm about to come through.
Okay, you can come on through. Are you going all the way outside?
I don't know yet. Well, maybe.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and zip up this front door for now.
Okay.
So, all right. You gonna unzip it?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. So let's get on in here. Let me zip this shut. Like I said, that is important. If we want to keep this AC in, we have to zip that shut. Oh, I also wanted to show this because I meant to mention this earlier, but around the port where the electrical comes in, I did tape that off as well. I know that looks kind of ratchet, but it's what I had available at the time. Going forward, I'll probably try to get Velcro to seal that off better, but that just helps to make sure that we don't get insects in here, and it's worked really well. Anyway, let's go over here and get to this AC unit. So, like I was saying outside, what I did was I stuffed foam and some other tarp and plastic material in there, because what was happening was that cold air was still finding its way out there. Is it the perfect system? No, it's not, but I had to work with what I had. And this is again where I was saying earlier, where I would actually have like cut up pool noodles or something like that. Like, I don't know if you can see that daylight right there. Yep, see, that's where our air is escaping. So I'm gonna go seal that off as soon as I get done with this video. But I would have a better system to try to block that area there. And the biggest issue is not the top. It's easy to seal from the top, but underneath. So what I would say is, go ahead, set your crate down. Before you put your AC unit on top, go ahead and put foam and everything right underneath there to block that area out, right? And then put your AC on the crate. Then your foam is already down there. I had to go back in here and try to stuff that down after the fact, which wasn't necessarily fun. And then you can come in and put your foam here, foam there, and then wrap the whole thing with tarp and tape it down to seal it off the best you can. That's all I can think of for now. I mean, if anyone else has any suggestions that might work better, please let me know. I am all ears and open to suggestion. This is what I've pieced together thus far. And again, I really can't complain. So far, we're all comfortable. It hasn't reached like over 80 degrees or anything like that. It's staying within the maybe low 70s in here, which I think that's good. So, all right, that's it for the air conditioner. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I'll do the best I can to answer. Okay, the other thing that I did to try to keep the air conditioning working in this place, which it doesn't look the best, but it helped, is I put this plastic here on the inside of the tent. And yes, it's kind of yeah, it's not aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but it helped tremendously to keep the air conditioning in. And I just kind of I taped the seams here, and I just kind of clipped it to the ceiling here in these little areas that you can clip onto. And it did help tremendously in my opinion. And this is just some cheap plastic that I got from Walmart, some plastic drop cloth. Now keep in mind that I wouldn't have had to do this had I put the tarp on correctly the first time, the way that I had discussed with you guys earlier. So yeah, I think that sums it up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you found something useful. If so, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps me out tremendously, and that way you get a chance to join me on my next adventure. Well, until next time, get out there and live life outdoors. Life is short and there's too much to do.